What is up, people? This is me, SpecPoo Football 24 here, coming in with you guys of what happened with the Philadelphia Eagles and the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Philadelphia Eagles straight up waxed the Pittsburgh Steelers 34-3. This is a score that nobody saw coming, unless if you're a Pittsburgh Steelers fan and you was trying to get cocky, saying that the Eagles was going to, get waxed by either this kind of score, or a little bit of a higher score, like 53 or something like that. But yeah, man. I just I just really didn't expect this. For me personally, I was expecting it to be a close game. I was expecting it to come down between a game-winning field goal, but the fact that it went like this, the fact that it went like this, where the Philadelphia Eagles just dominate from offense to defense, it was just crazy. I mean, I could not believe what was happening. I mean, Carson Wentz, he dominated the Steelers, and you already know the Wentz train, man. This shit is not stopping. It's not stopping right now. I mean, Carson Wentz, I think he put up like 3 touchdowns, and I think he put up like 300 yards. Yep, 3 touchdowns. He finally went over 300 yards in his rookie. Well, I wouldn't say his rookie career, more like his NFL career. Um, he picked apart. He picked apart the Steelers defense. I mean, you saw if you was watching the game, which I'm pretty sure some people that tried to deny it. If you guys are watching the game, he mainly did a lot of 5 yard pass, 10 yard, sometimes some 10 yard passes, which is not bad. You wanna know why it isn't? Because if you try and throw deep passes all the time, you're gonna end up costing yourself. So the only time he threw a deep pass was when he tried to throw a deep pass to Green Beckham, but the pass was incomplete. Now, some people would say Green Beckham dropped it. I'm not going to say he dropped it, and there's a reason for this. I'm not going to say he dropped it was because the defender got in. He got in right under his arm, and where he caught the ball at, he knocked it away. So, really, for me, I was happy with that. I was happy with the fact that he at least took a deep shot. I was happy for Green Beckham overall to get a chance to go up there and get a deep ball. But other than that, flawless game by the Philadelphia Eagles. The running game did better than I thought it was going to, especially with Wendell Smallwood, who showed up today. Darren Sproles it's crazy because Steelers fans on the Reddit, they said that if they don't stop Darren Sproles, it's gonna be a long night. And turns out they couldn't be more than correct. We couldn't be more than correct because just the thing, Darren Sproles, he's a very very good player. There's no mistaking that. But he's an even better player when he has open space, like so when you guys saw that long touchdown run. He's definitely good when he has the ball in his hands in open space. So there was that. Jordan Matthews, he had another solid game. Daryl Green Beckham, who I mentioned about that deep ball before, it actually is actually showing how much of a solid game. I mean, of a solid player he's trying to be. I mean, I think the I think Carson Wentz targeted him like 2, 3 times this game, maybe more than that. Sorry, I woke up and all of a sudden started sniffling. But yeah, all of a sudden it's like, yeah, this guy is he's he has the potential. He's getting there. I mean, he wasn't lying when we say he got the playbook down 70, 75, 80% down. I mean, I can only imagine when he gets all of the playbook down. And I keep trying to tell people that say, "Oh, we need to get another receiver in the draft." I say, "Yo, we picked up receivers from the 2014 and 2015 draft respectively. Let us develop them." Nelson Aguilar seems like an entirely different person than he was last year on his rookie year. Uh, Josh Huff, sadly, is still Josh Huff, but that's the thing. He's better than he was last year. I mean, at least he's catching some passes. And you guys notice if you've been watching Eagles games, he's always in the jet sweep because they know that he can do that. Josh Huff can do some handoffs and he can be dangerous with the ball in his hands. And secondly, he played running back partially when he was in college anyway, so that's an even more greater idea for the Eagles to do a jet sweep with him. I mean, Jordan Matthews, like I said, he's Jordan Matthews. I mean, if he doesn't catch the ball, he's just a solid player. So Right now, the Eagles receivers, they had a really good game today. They redeemed themselves from the Bears game where, well, outside Green Beckham, but that's the thing. I'm not surprised because he didn't really get a deep ball chance up until that game. But other than that, man, I'm just happy. And that was all I had to say about the offense. The defense doesn't surprise me. I knew they was gonna have a. I knew that sooner or later everybody was gonna know who this Philadelphia Eagles defense is. You wanna know why? The reason why for this is because I said this constantly to people like before the season began. I know I didn't put up on YouTube videos on for you guys to listen to, but really I said it like this: if the Philadelphia Eagles ever switch back to a 4-3, they're gonna be dominant, especially when it goes to the defensive line, because because everybody on that team from the defensive line to from Brandon Graham to Vinny Curry and Connor Barwin to Benny Logan and Fletcher Cox, they're all gonna dominate. Why? Because 4-3 is their natural positions. It always was their natural position. They're a 4-3 defensive line team, and they proved it. They proved it even though it's been 3 weeks. Even though they played, they play, the Browns and they played the Bears, but they definitely proved it this game versus the Steelers for how much we've been talking about this Eagles defensive line. Why do you think that's why I said I'm not worried about the Philadelphia Eagles corners? Because if that defensive line get pressure like they did today, I mean, well, not today, like they did yesterday, then it's not going to mean much to me about their secondary, more specifically their cornerbacks. Because guess what? Rodney McLeod and Malcolm Jenkins, they fit the scheme well too. They're good safeties to have around, and that's all that matters. As long as we have some good safeties, the good safeties that is going to help benefit the cornerbacks. Now, speaking of which, Jalen Mills, he had an okay game. I mean, yeah, Antonio Brown he's going to be Antonio Brown. I think he caught like 6 passes for like 109 yards. But this one thing that Antonio Brown made sure of. I mean, not Antonio Brown, that Jalen Mills made sure of. Jalen Mills made sure that Antonio Brown didn't score a single touchdown. And neither did the rest of the secondary. They made sure neither of those tight ends, wide receivers, they made sure that they don't score a touchdown. That whole defense made sure they didn't score a touchdown. People didn't take the Eagles serious last year, and I told them, I said, yo, don't sleep on the Eagles defense if they ever switch back to a 4-3. Look what happened. Now people are starting to realize exactly what Eagles fans have been saying, more specifically what I've been saying. They held this Pittsburgh Steelers to 3 points. 3 points, a field goal. And then crazy, speaking of which, they blocked the field goal today. Imagine they blocked that one. So I hope everybody is keeping their eyes on the Philadelphia Eagles now. And Doug Peterson, I forgot to mention, he's been doing a great job with the play calling. Way better than I expected. I mean, you guys remember a video of the hiring of Doug Peterson that I made, and I was very skeptical of him. But now he's changed everybody's expectation. He changed the entire Philadelphia Eagles expectations now, thanks to him, thanks to Carson Wentz, and it's not just those two. It's really the offensive coordinator Frank Reich as well, and it's John D. Flip. I would say low key Chase Daniels, because they're like, I was constantly telling people this on Twitter. I was saying on Slack. If you guys ever follow me on Twitter, if you guys Slack, you probably guys don't know. I actually on the Simulation Football League Slack, but I said this to people. I said, yo, Carson Wentz has 4 quarterback coaches. 4 quarterback coaches. Give me a rookie quarterback, any rookie quarterback that have 4 rookie quarterback coaches. There's rookies right now that would love to be in Carson Wentz's shoes right now. Especially Jared Goff. Especially him. So, with me seeing Carson Wentz doing Carson Wentz things, with him throwing a nice ass pass to Darren Sproles to throwing a nice pass to Jordan Matthews for a touchdown, to throwing some nice slant routes to DGB. It's not surprising me. You wanna know why? Because he got those four people to rely on if he ever makes a mistake. And the crazy thing about it is that when he started out, we knew this when he started out. Like, yo, this dude's gonna be the real deal. It's only a matter of what team he gets on. It turns out he ends up being on the Eagles that has four quarterback coaches waiting and ready for him, and now they're just making it even more better. John D. Flip did a great job in readjusting his throw. I wouldn't say readjusting his throw motion. I say he readjusted the way he held the ball, and readjusted the way he moves his hips and everything. But other than that, man, they said that throwing motion is not need to be fixed because it's art. But man, all knows is it's all paying off. It's all paying off. So I can't wait for the game versus the Lions. We don't have a game next week because the game next week will be a bye week, so the Eagles get them rest up. This is actually a good thing for Doug Green Beckham, might I add, because I remember reading an article saying that well, yeah, like I said earlier, he said he's got 75-80% of his playbook down. Now, hopefully, he'll now have what? I guess hopefully he'll have around 85 to 90% of the playbook down, or if not, 95 to 100. But then again, it's a slow going process with this wide receiver. I mean, after just coming from Tennessee and we was having our second preseason game, for me, it's not surprising that he's taking long to learn the playbook. Because for one, the West Coast offense that we have, it's hard to learn. It's hard to learn. That doesn't surprise me. And two, what they said coming out was they questioned his work ethic and knowledge. I can understand the knowledge part, but this thing, like I said before, the West Coast offense is hard for anyone to learn. It's definitely gonna be hard to learn when you didn't come from training camp. Instead, you just coming from preseason. And two, that work ethic thing was that shit was debunked entirely. By not only Titans fans, but obviously by him himself with the way he's been playing throughout the past 3 weeks. I don't see any sort of laziness that's coming from him. I don't see anything that's coming from any of the Eagles receivers. Anything I see them being ready to play each and every game, no matter if they drop the ball or not. So if anything, if there's one big step up from last year, is that these Eagles receivers, they've gotten not only they gotten better at catching the ball, they just gotten better at just really everything. The way how I see it, especially Nelson Aguilar, I didn't expect him to do this good, that fast, really. But it is how it is. So yeah, people, I'll catch you guys later. I had so much fun with that game last night. I literally went to sleep at 10 o'clock at night. So that shows you how much fun I had. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.